Hello, I'm Guru Scott. Today I'm going to show you how to do a front and rear differential lube change on a 2008 Suzuki Grand Vitara. It's the four-wheel drive version. I did the maintenance of 7,500 miles and the fluid that came out was quite opaque, really worried me a lot. Now we have about 30,000 miles on the vehicle. We don't drive it a lot. And I'm going to change the front and rear differential oil to the 75W90 Redline synthetic gear oil. So I'm going to use that. You're going to use some 3-bond to put on the plugs as you put them back in. You're going to need a 3/8" drive ratchet, a rubber hammer to knock loose the plugs because they'll be kind of tight. You always want to start with the top one first. Never take the bottom one out first, because if you let all the lubricant out and then for some reason you can't get the top one out, then you're going to have a real problem. So right now I've got the vehicle on jack stands, so I raised up the front a few inches so I can slide under it, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. This is the front differential right here. There's a plug up underneath here you have to get to and take it out first, and that's the fill plug. The drain plug is right here. So I'm going to take the fill plug out first. As I mentioned earlier, you always want to make sure that you can get that one out first. Then I'll take the drain plug out and I'll let it go into this drain waste bucket. And then I will reinstall the drain plug here with some 3-bond on it, and I will put it in with 23 Newton meters of torque using my snap-on torque wrench, which I have over here. And then I'll use my pump and I'll pump in lubricant up in the top hole until it starts to bleed out, and when it starts to bleed out it's full. At that point I will put some 3-bond onto my plug, install it with 23 Newton meters of torque, and that'll complete the front differential lube change. So I'm going to go ahead and take these plugs loose and we'll be right back. Alright, I have the top drain plug loose. I'm going to get the bottom one loose now. The easiest way to do it is using a rubber mallet to help get the plug loose. And then once you do that, you can drain out the liquid. So we'll do that next. This is the top drain plug. I've taken it out. Just wanted you to notice that it is definitely a 3/8" standard fitting. You can use a ratchet to get it loose and then a torque wrench to tighten it up. Again, this torque wrench is set to 23 Newton meters, so when I tighten it up, I'll put some 3-bond on here, reinstall it, and tighten it up. But I'm not to that point yet. I'm still taking the bottom one out. So that's the top one. I'm going to come back and do the bottom one now, so I'll be right back. Okay, this is the bottom drain plug. You know it's different than the top one because it has a magnet in it. As you can see, there's a lot of metal filings on this. So I'm going to clean all these off really, really well before I put it back in. So I'm going to do that and reinstall it. And then I'll show you how to use the pump to pump the fluid into the front differential. So I'll be right back. Okay, when you're setting up your pump, you're gonna have to set it up so that it pumps as far down into the gear oil supply as you can get it. I'll turn it like that so I could lean this if I need to and be able to pump out all the stuff at the bottom. So I'm gonna attach that. So that's about ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and take my 3-bond and put a couple of drops on each of these pieces. Remember, the magnetic one goes in the bottom. So I'm going to slip underneath, clean up the drain hole, and I'm going to reinstall the bottom one and set it to 23 Newton meters. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I got my torque wrench set on the bottom plug and I'm slowly going, looking to get to 23 Newton meters. There we go. So that's done. Now I'm going to pump the new lubricant up into the upper drain hole. So I'll be right back. I'm going to remove this panel so I can gain access to that top drain plug. You'll need to remove these little body plugs, and you do it using, this is a KD Tools special pliers that if if you grab it right, pulls it out just like that. Plus there's two 10mm bolts that hold it in place. So there's 4 of those, 2 10mm bolts. I'm going to take those off, and then hopefully I'll be able to get a little better access inside. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. By the way, this is what the fluid looks like after only 30,000 miles, and I changed it at 7,500 miles. So I just wanted to show you how dark it is and why it's probably a good reason to do this maybe every 30 or 40,000 miles. Don't know yet, but certainly needed it now. So I'm going to slide this back under there, and I took that front access panel off, and I'm going to move the red line bottle under there, and I'm going to put this under there so it'll catch any excess that falls out, because I'm going to overfill it slightly. And when I overfill it, some of it's going to drip out, and that's how I'll know it's all the way full. Plus you can stick your little finger in there to make sure you can feel the lubricant has reached the threaded top of where the top plug comes out. It has to reach those threads, the bottom of the threads there, in order to be full. So we're going to start working on that. I'll be right back. Just wanted to show you how I'm routing the hose to the upper plug so I can fill it. So I'm just pumping this in, and we're going to pump it, and then we'll slow down here in a minute, and I'll put my little finger in there and see where it is, but I definitely want to fill it up to the bottom of those threads. So we're going to do that, and then I'll reinstall the top plug, and that'll finish the front differential. Again, the top gets set to 23 Newton meters as well. So we'll do that, and then I'll show you how to do the rear. Okay, for the top plug, you're going to want to put an extension on and reach through from this side, and you get right to that plug pretty easily. So now we're going to torque it to 23 Newton meters. So that's the last thing I need to show you, and then we'll go do the back. This is the rear differential right here. The drain plug for it, the drain plug's right here, and the top fill plug is at the top here, and there's a hole here they put in the frame member so that you can get this through there, and you can use your ratchet to take it loose. So I'm going to take the top plug out, then I'm going to take the bottom plug out and drain this. I'd already pre-loosened them, so I can take them out pretty easy now. So I'll take them out, drain them, and then we will see how the fluid looks in this one, and we'll also clean the magnetic drain plug, and we'll put it back together. We'll follow the same sort of procedures we did earlier on the front one. This one's much easier to get to than the front one. If you were to do this in a shop with a lift, you could do the whole job in probably less than an hour easily. Without a lift, doing it my way here, it's probably more like an hour and a half, because it's kind of a pain, but it's doable. So if you're a home mechanic and want to do it, this is the way to do it. Okay, so let's pop this baby out and see how nasty this stuff looks. Here it comes. Ooh, not too bad. Oh, not nearly as bad as the front one. So we'll let that drain. I'll clean up the plugs, and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm reinstalling the bottom drain plug, and that's the one with the magnet on it. So I cleaned the magnet thoroughly. The lubricant in this rear differential was not too bad compared to the front. I'm not sure why that is. So we'll torque this to 23 Newton meters, and then I'll start the filling process. So I'll do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm filling the rear differential now. I'm going to fill it till it just starts to overflow, so it has to be up to the bottom threads. And then I'm going to put the top drain plug in, 23 Newton meters, and we're all finished, and that's the whole entire job. So that's it. Thanks for watching.